What's up, everybody? Back at y'all with another video. Now for this one, I decided why not rank the Fast and Furious franchise universe. We can call it that now. Like, this franchise can go on par with Star Wars and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It can go on par with those now. And somebody, messaged me saying that Hobbs and Shaw ain't a spin-off. It's nothing to do with the Fast and Furious franchise and all this stuff. Let me say this. It has two of the same characters. Let me explain this in this video. It has two of the same characters, Hobbs and Shaw. Now, if you've seen all the Fast and Furious movies, you know those characters' name in the films. Hobbs and Shaw. And it takes place in the same universe. It takes place in the same timeline as the Fast and Furious movies. So for all we know, it could tie in to Fast and Furious 9. Because, you got Jason Statham's mom. The girl that played Shaw's mom. She appears again in Hobbs and Shaw, and then of course she's supposed to be in Fast and Furious 9 also. So this franchise, like, Hobbs and Shaw, takes place in the same universe. So this franchise is getting bigger and better and bigger, bigger and better, and Fast 9 is gonna be huge. It's gonna be a real watch. The trailer's gonna blow the freaking internet up. It really is. So yeah, because Fast and Furious is in a hot spot right now, and they're probably killing it. They're probably gonna make a lot of money with Fast 9. So yeah, now let's start this ranking now. Just keep in mind, even my least favorite, I love a lot. Like, I could still rewatch my least favorite a lot. That's how much I love this franchise. Now, coming in at my number 9 is Too Fast, Too Furious. Now, I still don't know, why this movie gets a lot of hate. I love this film. Don't get me wrong. But I just like the ones above this a little bit more. This franchise, I had to stop and think, which ones which ones should go where. Because I love each and every one of these movies a lot, and the racing scenes were pretty good in this film. The story was good. They introduced you to Tyrese Gibson's character, Roman Pierce, in this film. And if you watch the Fast and Furious movies, you know what they're going for. It's like they're building this big world of the Fast and Furious. So Too Fast and Furious, great film, but some had to be last, right? But I love this film. And this film's people starting to like this film a lot more now. And that's a good thing. Coming in at my number 8 is the original Fast and Furious. This film, the story was great. A lot of people think it's a ripoff of Point Break. Well, in this movie, they wanted to, I knew what they was going for. They wanted to, they had some good racing scenes, and they wanted to build the relationship between these characters. And this film's great. Coming in at my number 7 is the 4th Fast and Furious movie, Fast and Furious. This film is when they started, making the franchise more and more action at this. This is what kind of started it. They started putting a little bit more action in it. And this film, love this movie. Great movie. Coming in at my number 6 is, now this film gets a lot of hate, is the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. Now, a lot of people hate this film. A lot of people said the acting was bad and everything. People would rip it apart. I don't think this film was bad. This is what hooked me onto the franchise. This is the first Fast and Furious movie I've seen, and ever since then I was hooked. This film was what hooked me onto the franchise. And Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift is just amazing. And the guy that played Sean in the film, they should bring him back in the future installment of the Fast and Furious franchise. They should bring him back at least in number 9, maybe in 10, the final one. Bring everybody back, Bring everybody back. And this film, the racing scenes were incredible. I like the setting of the film. I liked how colorful a lot of the scenes were. And this And Justin Lin, he knows how to direct. Like, the camera shots in this film were amazing. I love this film a lot. I couldn't understand the hate. The acting wasn't even bad, in my opinion. I enjoyed the acting. But, you know, the villain in this film was a little weak. He just being wanted, like he's a wannabe tough guy in the film. That's all he was. And the villain. And this film, though, it's a good movie. I enjoy it. Coming in at my number 5 is Fast and Furious 6. Now, as y'all may know, in the end credit scene of Fast 5, you found out Letty was still alive in the end credit scene. And then, you know, and then that story involves in this film that, you know, Dom found out Letty was still alive, and then Hobbs helps him out to get Letty back while Dom helps out, you know, The Rock. And so it's like Vin Diesel helps out The Rock get down the bad guys, and this is when the franchise started becoming like a superhero franchise after this film. Because this is when, like, this is the first time they try to make it a superhero franchise, and it's incredible. You know, the action in this movie was great, and I loved how different it was. You know, you found out Letty was still alive, and they try to get Letty back, and they help each other out. You know, while Hobbs helps Dom try to get Letty back, and Dom helps Hobbs try to get the bad guy down. You know, Owen Shaw and stuff. So yeah, this film, love it. Coming in at my number 4 is Fast 5. Now, they introduce you to Hobbs and stuff. They introduce you to Hobbs, and like, this film has a lot of action. This is where they took it up to the next level. You know, they brought a lot of the characters back. They brought Roman Pierce back. They joined the team. They brought they bring everybody back, almost everybody back, almost. Like a sort of like a crossover, you know. Of course, Paul Walker was back, you know. Brian O'Connor was back, Dom was back. They brought in a lot of the original cast members, and you got this epic battle between The Rock, you know, Dwayne Johnson, and Vin Diesel. You know, and they both started going at it. Like, they both was freaking fighting for a minute, and that was epic. And then you got this crazy cop car, you know, racing scene where they all was driving these cop cars, and they all was racing with cop cars. That scene was epic as hell. And then you got them taking out a bank and shit. They getting all the fucking money together. This is a great heist film with a lot of action. I love this film from start to finish. It has action from start to finish. I love this film. Coming in at my number 3 is Fast 8, The Fate of the Furious, when Dom went rogue. Now, and then of course Jason Statham joined the team. You know, like Shaw, Deckard Shaw, you know, Shaw joined the team, and I liked how, you know, they tried to do something different too. Like, Dom went rogue. You find out why he went rogue. You know, you find out why Dom started snapping, and because he tried to save the baby, and he tried to save Elena, because he still had a soft spot for Elena in his heart. So, you know, but she gets killed off in the film. They went dark in this film. They went dark, and I'm hoping that Fast 9, they go dark. So yeah, Fast 8, it's a good movie, and the racing scene at the beginning was great. The action was great, and I love this film. The prison fight scene where Hobbs and Shaw, both of them, just start whooping everybody's asses, getting out of freaking prison and shit. That scene was epic. Love this film. Coming in at my number 2 is Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. Now, somebody told me this don't have nothing to do with the franchise. This has something to do with the franchise. They even mentioned Mr. Nobody, which is, you know, the guy that was in Fast and Furious 7 and 8. You know, they mentioned his name in the film. So if it don't take place in the same universe, why did they mention his name in the film? And this film, they had a bunch of end credit scenes at the end, getting you ready for the next installment of the Fast and Furious franchise. And this film is a Fast and Furious movie. It's a spin-off, yes, but it still takes place in the same Fast and Furious universe. And this is a Fast and Furious film. Like, look in the back, for instance. Fast and Furious Fun. See, this film takes place in the same universe as Fast and Furious. And I love this film. The action was great. The villain, Brixton, was great. Cypher was freaking heartless villain in Fast 8, by the way. But, yeah, so Brixton was also a badass villain in this film. He was great. I love this movie. Love this movie from start to finish. I could keep watching this film. It's a good movie. Coming in at my number 1 is Furious 7. Rest in peace, Paul Walker. Now, Furious 7, the reason it's my favorite because Jason Statham played a badass villain for 1. And for 2, this film had action on levels that I couldn't even imagine. Like, you got this great fight scene between, like, it's like Jason, I don't know why they decided to put him on the team in Fast 8, but yeah, so Hobbs and Shaw had this great fight scene in the office. They started going at it for a minute. That freaking scene was epic as fuck. And then you got this fight scene at the end where Vin Diesel, Dom and Shaw ends up fighting with them freaking weapons and shit. They start slinging each other and all that shit. That was epic. And then the soundtrack in this film was epic. And then I love the opening scene where Jason Statham's pissed off because, they almost killed his brother in Fast and Furious 6. So Jason Statham's like fucking pissed. So, he wants revenge on the team who, basically crippled his brother. And Furious 7 is just amazing film. All the way around. I love this film. That's why it's my number 1 franchise. Now, I'm going to rate these films. Now, okay, so the original Fast and Furious, probably 8.5 out of 10. Too Fast, Too Furious, I'll probably give it a 7.5 out of 10. Fast vs Tokyo Drift, I'll probably give it an 8.7 out of 10. Fast and Furious, I would give it a 7.9 probably. And then Fast 5, 10 out of 10. Fast and Furious 6, 9.5 out of 10. Furious 7, 15 out of 10. Fast 8, 10 out of 10. Hobbs and Shaw, 12 out of 10. I love the Fast and Furious universe, and just keep in mind, December's coming up. So I'm not making any promises, but I'm expecting to see a Fast and Furious 9 trailer drop around December. It does make sense to drop the trailer around December, around Christmas. So, I'm looking forward to it. Like, if I'm right, I'll be happy, but I hope I'm right. So, yeah, I guess that's it for this video. If y'all enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe and share, and let me know in the comments below how would y'all rank the Fast and Furious franchise universe. Include Hobbs and Shaw because it's a Fast and Furious spinoff. It takes place in the same universe. So let me know in the comments below how would y'all rank y'all's. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe and share, and also hit the bell so you know new videos uploaded. Peace out. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Now I'm out. Peace.